Good evening. This is weird. I don't know what to think of this. I apologize for the quality of the webcam currently since I'm using the laptop one, but you know what? My audio is pretty good, so that makes up for it, you know? And do mind the Grateful Dead blanket. You know, it is what it is, but let's get into this. So, the internet is kind of like the Wild West in a way, I guess you could say. Any moment, you don't know who the hell you're going to encounter, and whoever they say they are is probably not the case. In most places, you kind of have a general idea who you're talking to, and the kind of people that frequent the site. You know, on Reddit, they kind of put them into subreddits, you know, like groups of a kind, like neckbeards. And on Facebook, they have groups like Minion Memes. And on Instagram, they not good things. But that's okay. On Omegle, you don't have these groups of people together. You just have interests. You can put in your interests, of course, and search for people who are interested in the same word. Or you can just hit random. What can you even expect to find out there? If you hit random, who is going to be on this? Who's the type of people on Omegle talking to other people on the internet, you know? Well, is there even anyone on the site? Is it bots? Is it all creepy dudes? I don't know. I wanted to find out. So I said, I'm going to record 100 conversations with just random strangers, not giving out personal information, but just, you know, I thought it'd be very interesting to see what happens. I mean, you're going to see communists, gremlins, crazy dudes, crazy women, a Kafka fangirls, Socrates. That's how you pronounce his name. And quite a few other things. No private information will be shared. There are some things I would like to state before we begin. Some cleaning up to do. Ground rules. The name I went in, you'll see me, I call myself Samuel. If other people give their names, I did not share them. Samuel is not my name. But it's what I went with, and that's, you know, that's fine. People did give me their Discords. There's 2 people that were cool I'm friends with now. I'm not going to give those to you, of course. So that stays private. Anything personal that you can, you know, this person said this thing and you can pretty much track down who that is. No, I'm not going to give you people specific like, I live here, or this is my Discord. This is my full name. I'm not going to do that. So don't worry about that. I did kind of wonder if this violates any trust because I'm sharing these text conversations, but Omegle has a huge ass share button at the end of each conversation, and it's kind of like expected. I don't know. So if I felt like it was private, like, I did not share it, of course. I will talk about kind of generally what we talked about, but I'm not going to share it, so don't worry. So if you're in this video, you're all good. Everything's fine. Unless you're the communist. Then, nothing against some of you out there, but I have a grudge against this person in particular. So I'm going to narrate some of these conversations. If they're interesting, if they're boring, I'm just going to be like, my air conditioner. That was my air conditioner. So, I'm going to narrate the really interesting ones, and then the boring ones I'm just going to skip over. I'm going to be like, yeah, you don't care. I don't care. We're good. So, let's go with number 1. You know, I'm going to talk about this one. So, we both kind of matched over a shared interest of books right away. First person I talked with. We talked about genres and a few pieces of literature that we both liked. It kind of became a bit rocky when they brought up this book about being a settler in the forest. I'm like, oh, is that fantasy? And they're like, what does somebody settling in the woods have to do with fantasy? That's a stupid question. Now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect. But, you know, honest question. So, I was thinking they were talking about like Walden Pond, where the dude builds a cabin for a minute, and I was trying to think of it. Then they brought up Kafka. I was like, okay. We talked about Kafka for a bit, and they recommended one of his works to me I hadn't read. They asked what my favorite book of the year was, and I was like, well, I read The Call of Cthulhu this month. It was okay, and I like that. So I said, Call of Cthulhu, and they said, oh, I've never heard of H.P. Lovecraft, which is... I didn't tell them about his cat. But aside from that, then we talked about other hobbies. We talked about music and painting, and they asked me how my writing, was going, because I write a bit for fun, because it's fun. Do it. It's fun. If you want to do it, do it. They gave me some advice. I kind of had to feel better about my work. That was nice. And a stranger on the internet wanted to tell me something that they thought would benefit my life. You're going to hear dogs in the background. I apologize. So, they stated they were writing and kind of learning how to play piano, and then we kind of talked more about Kafka. They told me about the castle, which is one of Kafka's works, and then pleasantly went on their way. And this is one of the few nice ones we got. You both like art. Howdy. Hi, ASL. American Sign Language? It left. ASL. I now, in retrospect, see that it means age, sex, location, which is weird. But I was like, oh, American Sign Language. I'll send you words instead. That's not funny. Number 3. You both like movies. Howdy. Stranger's disconnected. All right, I gotta write this up for a gremlin warning. So number 4 is so we both connected over a shared love of movies. And I said, oh, howdy. They went, pardon my French. Hello, sexy man. They asked me what I was here for, and I was like, I just want to talk to other people, man. And they asked me where I was from, and then I was like, well, maybe we have some common ground here. I said, Tennessee. Learn, trying to see what they're interested in. And they were interested in spanking my ass. Weird hobby. I don't think they're going to fulfill that hobby. A bra, in response, revealed they were from Mississippi. I then asked if they like movies, and the horny gremlin demon then ordered for me to come over, and I said, no thanks. They asked for my favorite movie, and I'm like, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, it's pretty good, I enjoy it. I like Scarface a lot. That's one I give out. I asked who their favorite director was, and they said, Naughty America. And I hadn't heard of that. I was like, okay. They said Christopher Nolan was their favorite director, and though I was kind of unfamiliar with his work, I knew enough to say like a few sentences about it. I said I liked him, and they jokingly asked who didn't, and I said like a foolish little guy that Gremlins probably didn't. I didn't factor in the possibility that they were terribly afraid of gremlins, or might have been a gremlin themselves, or related to a gremlin. They left the conversation because I offended them. And, I just feel horrible about that. I'm sorry I did that. Number 5 is, it's a pretty pleasant one. It's one I did enjoy quite a bit. I opened with a howdy. I used this pretty much all the time. And they seemed very happy about me using Southern greeting. We asked how each other was doing, and they said they were a bit tired. I asked if they liked books, and kind of connected over that, and that was nice. I mean, of course they said they did. I think it was in their interest. They said their favorite book was The Shining and The Stand, and I've read both, and I really enjoyed both of them. So I was happy to kind of have something in common. My 2 favorite Stephen King books were Dreamcatcher and The Long Walk, which is really good. The Long Walk is really good. You should read it. Then that kind of allowed us to talk about, shared appreciation of the author minus his weird stuff. And they're a bigger fan than I am. And we talked about Stephen King for a while before they brought up John le Carre. Never heard of a Carre writing a book, but they named some of his books, and I kind of remembered one of them. And then I kind of, turned the conversation a little bit to talk about what I liked, I guess. And they asked for my favorite author. I talked about Clive Barker, which I really like. A lot of his work. Not everything, but a lot of his work. And then they didn't know who he was. I'm like, well, Hellraiser, it's pretty obvious, Hellbound Heart. So we talked about the weird aspects of Stephen King's books, and especially it. Almost as bad as Lovecraft's Cat. Lovecraft's Cat. Why do I speak like this? For those who don't know, the scene in which we're discussing here is not good. Not good. It's about as bad as that certain laser anime gif. Jesus. So, that'll make you feel about the same if you read that chapter of it. If you don't know what I'm talking about either, count your blessings, my friend. Count your blessings. We talked about Maximum Overdrive, and if you haven't seen the trailer for this movie, you need to watch the trailer for this movie. Cocaine. We talked about cocaine and good authors, and then we moved on to how close they were from Stephen King. They're very close. I made some jokes about Misery. Very on topic. Then they made some joking threats, and we had a fun little conversation about the NSA and Florida. Where they're going to... I don't know. My sense of humor is so, I said, I hope they don't suck out your COVID vaccine with a pump because of your crimes. And we parted ways for good. That's somebody I wish I would have kept in contact with. They were cool. Number 6. You both like movies and books. M. They left. This is a very, very, very common sighting, and so common, in fact, I may just skip most of these and just tell you. It's quite a large majority of these, in fact. Talk about this later. Number 7, we matched because of art, and after a greeting and finding out they were good, I asked what kind of art they enjoyed. They said all of it. And I asked, they asked me, and I was like, well, I like everything. I asked who their favorite artist was, and they said Tame Impala, which, wasn't like the desired kind of artist I was looking for, but they are an artist. So that's good. I said they like Pink Floyd, and they said they did, which is good. Fucking love Pink Floyd. It's wonderful. You should listen to A Momentary Lapse of Reason. I enjoy that album quite a bit. Not their best work, but I enjoy it. They asked where I was from, and I was like, where are you from, too? Found out they're from Egypt. I asked if they liked it. They did not. Talked about some of the issues they faced, and they asked for my name and age, and I gave them the name of Samuel, and they said their name, and I said, oh, it's nice to meet you, and they said, nice to meet you back, and then they left. Number 8 is another M. Number 9 was a bot. Not good. I don't care. Number 10, M. Number 11. Another M. Number 12 is, it's a strange one. I said howdy, and they said howdy, cowboy. I said, LOL. Seemed to get kind of upset. I asked how they were, and they said they were feeling dandy. They asked me how y'alls was doing. Kind of being a little shit here, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm doing okay. I don't know how the rest of them are doing, because, y'alls is plural, but whatever. He said it was not good to mention them, and that it was just me and him. I said that was a little creepy, because it is, and then asked them how they like to work, because it's the reason we got connected in the first place. He then said, I like work. Is it even called work? I asked what he did. He responded with, I call it life. Life. I asked for work. He said, life. I asked how it paid, and he said everything paid as long as you asked the right people. What? I said it's, it kind of it sounded like panhandling, just trying to piss him off, I guess. I'm not very nice. And he said he wasn't a chef. I rephrased it as begging, and then he said, wonderful quote, begging, pegging, legging. Call it what you want. It's all the same. I asked him how old he was. Why did I do that? That's a weird thing to ask in the middle of a sentence. And how long he'd done it, to learn some more about him. He said he did it for countless years, and I asked him if he was a vampire. Let me read you the rest, as it goes into a downward spiral pretty quickly. I almost can't remember when it started. It was so long ago. I was but a child. Okay, main character. Any more questions, side character? Why are you on Omegle? Humans have many things in common. Looking at others is a reflection of ourselves. What an alien thing to say. And it's only when you look in the mirror you realize your flaws. I realize them about all the time, mirror or not. It's good. It means you have a mirror within you. In your mind. But answer me this. I'll get it out with tweezers. If you are a mirror, what happens when you look at another mirror? It does the endless reflection thing. Such is life. For you, Jaden Smith, an endless reflection of our actions. No, I am the greatest Smith. Okay, Pluto. I forge events that will go down in the history of the gods. They record history. I'm not only my history. That is a very boring record then, my friend. Am I now your friend? That's selfish of you to assume. The saying. For us to become more than strangers, you need to offer something of value. Strike me as a Redditor. The art of begging. Yes, strike you as a Redditor. I can strike you with a shoe, lamp, or mug. Yeah, just that grimy feeling, my wumbo. Wumbo jumbo. Your lingo is full of jumbo. Wumbo jumbo indeed. So, what are you here for? To chat with 100 people and find out what drives them. What drives me is what drives you. Seems like you seek to attempt to enlighten others. For yourself, be enlightened. I seek nothing. I am not driving. You seek something by doing something. I am on top of the hill, sightseeing. That is to seek. No! That is to see. It's sightseeing, not sight-seeking. To seek is to see. You made such a foolish error. You are a fool. To see is with the eyes, and to seek is with the mind. I don't agree with that. You got the occipital lobe for a reason. To seek is to use both the brain. To seek is to use both, and to see is to use the mind. Why did I say that? That doesn't make sense. How foolish. Truly a fool, as expected from a cowboy. You must use the brain to do anything. Fool! You have been blinded, and you cannot seek, neither see. As expected from a philosopher who bangs. Is that how you see it? But I thought, did he say I was too blind? I skipped that. Did he? Yes, he did, I think. Fool, you've been blinded. Yes. Oh. But I thought I was too blind to see. You truly have no eyes. Okay. Neither do you. You are a blind man trying to see if I have eyes. to feel them. I got fucking hit with the D's nuts. I only know 2 things you can feel. These nuts. User has disconnected. I met the main character. What can I say? I didn't measure up. I knocked my earbud out for the second time. I just didn't measure up, you know. You both like art. Howdy. Male. 19. Art. MF. Not addicted to nicotine. Stranger has disconnected. Thank you for telling me you're not addicted to nicotine, sir. I really needed to know that. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm not addicted to crack cocaine. Like, I'm not addicted to nicotine. It's like, yeah, I think you are. Oh, I don't do crack. No, I never would do crack. Nice to meet you. I know this may indicate that's lack of sleep. That's a bit of insomnia for you. Very nice. You both like art. That's number 14. Howdy. Hi. F. M. So, what's your favorite kind of art? I love to paint. Nature scenery. What about you? I love all mediums. Nature's lovely. Who's your favorite artist? I love Picasso. But that's a common one. What about you? H.R. Geiger. I do like H.R. Geiger. My ex-girlfriend kind of looks like a Picasso piece. Not a lie. Yeah, funny. So do you have Snap or... I do not at the moment. I can make one. It would probably be beneficial. Well, if you ever want to text, here's me. They sent their Snapchat. Okay, I'll add you when I make one. Okay, talk to you later. Talk to you later. I have not added them yet. I need to add them. I'll probably forget. Number 15. Hi. M. Howdy. M. M. Hi. What are your hobbies, man? I collect die-set cars. Dude, that's awesome. When did you get started doing that? Man, used to collect rocks. I asked if that was rock as in the Rolling Stones or as in geology, and he told me that he got started doing die-cast cars in, forever ago when his dad got him a 1972 Chevy pickup. We talked about his favorite type of rocks. He likes the cooler, nice-looking ones. He likes smooth rocks. He likes all kinds of rocks. He's super cool. He had 16 cars, and he's just a cool dude. Dissect car, man. What can I say? Cool dude. Number 16 is an M. Number 17. It's an M. Number 18. It's an M. Number 19. Howdy. Gandoge. Yeah, man, sure. So you're ready to give it A to your ass. Nah. Okay, then. Shoot. M, by the way. Gone. 20 is an M. Number 21. It's an M. 22, not 22. I cannot speak. We matched over books, and after a nice introduction, I asked them about their hobbies. They read, run, did yoga, and played video games. I asked them what their favorite game was, and they stated that they liked Hollow Knight. I had not played the game, but I had heard of it and was familiar with its cool kind of aesthetics. They pointed out that their favorite game could change regularly, which I totally agree with. They said it was like, their favorite book, which made me think of asking a different question, so I asked for their top 10 games instead. Talked about Doom 2016 and Portal, and then they said they'd taken a break recently from video games. I kind of asked why, and they just said they got busy and had other things to do. Then after I said LMAO in response to their final message, they left the chat. Number 23, I have to state this before this starts. Due to a period of 10 encounters with people who hit no after asking for my gender, I began to just state M in the intro. This causes conflict later. But for now, let us continue. You both like art. Hey. Howdy, I'm a dude. M. Who's your favorite artist? Pollock. Bruh. Splatter ass? Haha, I'm kidding. No, you weren't. It's Michelangelo. I was hoping. LMFAO. How about you? HR Geiger. That's a good one. Are you straight? Before I could answer, they disconnected. I guess they had a change of conflict. They're like, I might try. Whoo. Oh, I better not. 25 was omitted due to mass vulgarity. 26. Howdy. Yeah, dude. How are you? I'm here. I feel that. Who's your favorite director? Stelberg. Nice. Yeah. Favorite film? Candyman. Nice. You like Clive Barker? Yeah. Sometimes. You've killed me. You know that? Strangers disconnected. 27. Oh boy. Oh Christ. This is the main attraction. This is one of the craziest people I've encountered. It's one hell of an experience. Without further ado, let's begin after I take this drink. You both like books. Howdy. M. Huge ass block of text. Then F. Oh, wow. What? The block of text took me by surprise. You put books in your interest. I assumed this is where we told stories. Oh no, I've just been discussing literature with people. Not telling stories, but I'll listen to what you share. Literature equals stories. As a writer, I would know. Wow. Okay, Mrs. Grimshaw. Okay. I don't really discuss a story by stating it out loud. Well, you stated with M. Very pretentious way of saying that, you know, as a writer as well. I don't like you state that, man. Sir, you said M. That shows intention. It gets the question out of the way and lets the horny folk leave. I think you are horny. How? I've given no intention. I'm not horny. Huge ass block of text. What a lovely rant. Thank you so much. I definitely read that. You strike me as an English teacher in her 40s who has an abundance of tabbies. You're responding 3 seconds after me sending it. Which means you did not read it all. No fucking shit. I read and type very quickly. I am 21. Sorry, I got my age and breed wrong is all. I am also Russian. You are American or Australian. Good. So flawed indeed. Very much so. And that's pretty rich coming from a Russian. No place in this world, is without flaws, and nothing is without flaws. America is filled with flaws. Russia has an equal amount in different shades, which is true. Australia is inbred Brits. I did not take that very lightly from my Australian homies. That's just that. Oh, coming from a. I said I dislike your opinion on my Australian friends. They said Russia is perfect. The food, the music, the culture. I said, I don't like that you combine all the Russian into one, which is true. I said, it's not just one location. It's a bunch of different cultures blended together. It is. Russia was not just Russia. It's a bunch of different countries that are now Russia. Not just one place. It's not just one culture. It's a wonderful country, but it's not all the same at all. You know? So, they said, Well, if you have money, you'll enjoy the country. That's America. I said Russia is splendid, but it's not one uniform location. I mean, like America, it's not the same everywhere. You know, Florida and Tennessee are very different. You know why? They said, it is. I said, there is no uniform place. Do you live here? I asked, are you a Soviet fanatic? I've never really met a Russian who disagrees with that statement. I have to agree with that. It's most Russian friends of mine share that sentiment that you can't just look at two different places in the country and say they're exactly the same. This part from way the hell up here and this part from way the hell down here, they're the same. Look at America. Is Wisconsin the same as Texas? Is Nevada the same as New York? No. So why would Russia be any different? It's like the UK. Look at Liverpool. Look at London. Look at Scotland. It's not as big as these other places, but it's got a lot of diversity. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. They said America's filled with diversity. Yeah. I said Russia has a certain kind of diversity. It does. Are you saying diversity is a flaw? You're saying that Russia has parallel diversity in population to India or America. Diversity is very much a flaw. No, it's not. Not biologically. It makes a population superior, but whatever. I said, no, I said, no, I have not. How so? Uniform behavior and uniform cultures can't produce true art. They said natives were just fine until your folk decided to invade. They said, there is no creativity. Not anymore. I'm like, my folk? My folk? My heritage is fucking Irish. Oh, get me. Yeah. Fuck it. You know, Irish, Scottish. Oh, yeah. Ooh. This is quite the contrary. It's harder to be creative since everyone can think the same. How can everyone think the same in a diverse country? I don't know why I argued with this person. What is wrong with me? Quite the contrary. I said Caucasian does not mean colonizer. And they said isolation breeds creativity, which is... I said... The creativity is alive and well. This is a response to the old ones. And that's incorrect. Prison does not produce the best books. Now, Gangster Redemption. That's a decent book. But, you know, you don't look at like Charles Manson writing, you know, Call of Cthulhu. They said it's why there's no Beethoven or Zizla. I did a video over him. And I can only pronounce Zizla. It's like, I'm mispronouncing that. Polish dude. Polish painter. Wonderful artist. I love all of his work. So that's not true at all. People who are just as brilliant as those people are alive as well. They just use different mediums, which is true. We have smart people. They're just doing different things. They said, so that's not true at all. Oh, no, that's me. They said, nope, creativity used to be class restricted to educated folks. Now education is flawed. I know beating kids into submission in the 50s was like, that's how we made art. Beating the shit out of little kids. So I said, you know, Zid's work is based on the horrors of his life in World War II. How does that have anything to do with isolation? Yeah. They said schools are literally black markets for 14-year-old drug dealers. Okay. So everything's flawed. You have not read his memoir, have you? Nothing has ever been perfect. You seem to live in an echo chamber, my friend. No, that's me. I said that. He was isolated in his thoughts. His are unique and decisive. Yet is he not creative? He is. There can only be one of him. There can only be one of everyone. Then creativity is non-existent. Well, you are a man, so you have a host of flaws. So let's see. Racism? Sexism? Nationalism? Ism against their own country and their own people? What are they going to go next? Speciesism? I didn't know there was that many isms. I think they're homophobic too. Oh my God. I said, I gotta say, for a writer, you're one of the most bigoted people I've met. They said, that's a subjective reaction, unless you're sheltered. I said, you're a woman. That has no bearing on your personality. Sex and gender do not make a person. They said they do. It's subjective. Human ideas are subjective. You're truly a hateful person. Humans are objective. Choice is subjective. Are you an LGBTQ supporter? Objective to whom? Each and every human being is full of bias, and each thought is subjective. Our whole idea of the universe and everything and every object comes from this brain, your brain. What you're seeing right now could be completely made up by this brain. How the fuck is that objective? There is no objective things, ever. Nothing is objective. Everything is subjective to your own brain. But, you know, I said I said each human being is full of bias, and each thought is subjective. And we're all, when boiled down, we are just thoughts. And I do support LGBTQ. They said, I am not a phobic, don't worry. I said, you sure are, man. Phobic of humanity as a whole. And each of those people in quotes, are led by a common fact. Procreate, listen, create. So life is objective. Any deviation from that is led with your responses. And that idea makes no logical sense. Objective to whom? You? A subjective mind? As to you, it seems I am misanthropic, whereas I see myself as right. You deem yourself right. So we are subjective to ourselves, but we follow objective rule. Charles Manson follow fucking objective rule? Did he just that was nature. That's fucking nature, I guess. I said, your beliefs, which are not subjective, because they aren't yours. You only follow objectively. It's simple, sir. Westerners are so closed off. Okay. I'm about to do something okay. Don't tell nobody, but I'm about to do something, subjective. I think that tastes pretty good. Nobody told me that tasted good, so how the fuck was I supposed to think that? I couldn't have thought. That was subjective, but everything's subjective. I'm just dumb. I'm sorry. Call me a fucking Westerner. I said, you truly have a Soviet mindset. And they said, I imagine you support Black Lives Matter as well. I said, I support the rights of every human being. Because I do. Because you don't get the right to fucking say, these people don't deserve it. Like, shut the fuck up. I said, so pedophile? They said, so pedophiles? Are they exempt from being every human being? Do serial rapists get to abode by your care? Is this child the same as this man who's killed 50 people? You stupid American. What the hell? I said they deserve rights as everyone else, but deserve justice for their crimes. No wonder. They were not born into their crimes, which is true. The LGBTQ mindset. Justice, like a tap on the hand. You strike me as someone who unironically thinks Mein Kampf is cool. Marx is cool. Oh! You're a communist. Do you not see the flaws in that? Flaws in quotes. You're talking to someone who's read the entire works of Marx and Lenin. Oh, I'm speaking to an idiot. Then they begin to talk very much about how they are not in an echo chamber. I am. They attempt to advertise communism to me. But I was just being a little dickhead, and I said, I'm sorry. All those Soviets starved because of big bad capitalism. And it ended. Didn't know. Look it up. Very bad. World War II. A lot of starvation. Had nothing to do with capitalism. All communism and the government behind it. So, overall, what can I say? If you're a communist, we're fine. As long as you don't hate groups of people based on any of their qualities they cannot change. And even if you are upset with qualities they can change, if their religion offends you, grow a pair of balls. So let's go to number 28. It was them again. You both like books. Howdy. Russia is superior. Based. They disconnected. This is a nice one. Next one. It doesn't make me as rage-filled. He said, we both like movies. We discussed movies. And they told me about a movie they'd seen recently I hadn't heard of. They asked for my favorite. I told them Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. They let me know that apparently someone had used the name for a band, which is stupid. They then brought up anime, and I told them I wasn't super into it, and they asked about Fear and Loathing, and I kind of explained it, and they called the movie old, and the conversation ended. Another M. This was super awesome. Me and this dude talked about movies, Quentin Tarantino. It was a long talk. We ended up becoming friends on Discord. Super cool dude. Still talk to him. Great guy. Great dude. Great dude. Just another M. He said, hey, M naughty. He said, M broski. Not sexy enough, I guess. Another M. Both like books. Howdy. Hi, tell me your name. That's a weird way to start a conversation. My apologies, tell me anyway. I said, Samuel. Call me Samuel. No, gone, bye, goodbye. Both like movies. Howdy. Hey, Kajillionaire Father Lion. What? Those are movies. Oh. Period. Sorry, never heard of them. They were nominated for Oscars. I don't let the Oscars determine what to watch. I don't watch the Oscars. Rich people give themselves awards. Woo! I watch them to study people. To study those who act as others. The movie depicts modern problems. Have you not seen the 30s Oscars? My life depicts modern problems. Why would I want to watch that? I'm just a little dickhead. The rest was just them backing up their point, and that's about it. It's another M. Another M. 38. This is cool, dude. We talked about some books. We exchanged Discords, and we're cool. We hang out. Number 39. This is a really cool one. The conversation opened with a pleasant introduction before I asked about their favorite author. They said it was hard to choose, so I asked for top 5, which they said was hard to choose as well. They said they didn't look at authors too much and just read what they got. They said they read just about anything. I asked if they had any other hobbies, and they said they collected crystals. I had heard of the hobby, but I did not know about it, and they were happy to share all they knew about the hobby and about the preferences and the crystals they collected. And, they said they liked plants as well, and they wanted to hear me talk about myself instead of them, them just talking. And as I'm writing my reply to that, they disconnected. Both like art, books, and movies. Howdy. Hello. How are you? Strangers disconnected. I guess they weren't good. Another M. You both like books. Howdy. Hi. How are you? Fine. Yourself? I'm good. Your name, if I may. Samuel. Strangers disconnected. You both like work. An M. Both like art. It's an M. Both like work. An M. It was a good one. Met a cool dude, very knowledgeable on film. We talked about a few, and then we traded Discord names so we could talk later, and we're good friends now. Third guy I'm friends with. 47's weird. A pleasant introduction turned the usual, hey, what sex are you? I said I was male, and they were surprised, and they stated men did not read very often. Discussed books. Then they disconnected. Another M. 49. Pardon the rude manner in which I conduct myself in this conversation. And we both like movies, and after our introduction, we exchanged our favorites. I asked what their favorite one was, and they said, I don't stick to one title. They asked me, and I said I had a few I liked a lot. Said I was violating my own rule and that it had to be one title. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I said Scarface. The one from the 80s. I love that movie. It's fantastic. It was my favorite. They asked if I liked it for the reason supposed gangster rappers liked it. Where's the gangster rap in this? I didn't hear a single gangster rap in this movie. I didn't see anything that reminded me of gangster rap or made me want to get into gangster rap at all. I said I like the kind of realistic horror, not like realistic as in real, like this is realistic, but it's more of a grounded horror. And I like the characters in film. They said that they did not like, that I referred to the horror in the film as being realistic. I said, well, it's not some spooky monster or otherworldly being. It's the fear of being one's own demons and the way drugs change people. Power changes people too. They said it was Macbeth in an 80s setting. I didn't agree with that statement at all. Still don't. I said Macbeth has supernatural elements, and he pointed out how the characters didn't die from 1 or 2 bullets. He said, oh, that was unrealistic. Was the same as supernatural, which is not the case. I pointed out that the 3 witches in Macbeth, that's supernatural. And, it's unrealistic to get shot. Then he got mad, called me an idiot, and disconnected. I'm sorry, I don't remember fucking Tony Montana going up to 3 witches and then them telling him a fucking prophecy about how he's going to get shot in the back by some Sosas. I didn't remember that. Pardon me. You know what? I also don't remember Macbeth doing a bunch of coke. So maybe he has a point. But, there's just a difference between supernatural and unrealistic. So, Number 50. You both like movies and books. Howdy. Are you female? Are you male? Yeah. Same. Stranger left. No, don't be mad at me. This is the first half of the 100. I've never worked on a project this big, and it's my first time doing actual camera. I don't like it. But I hate editing this. I decided to split this into 2 episodes so the quality doesn't dip. The low quality doesn't get any worse. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want some wallpapers based off the backgrounds in this video, check out the link tree in the description for my bad projects. They're purposely bad, and I got some wallpapers on there for you to get. Join my Discord as well, and check out some of my other videos if you wish. But this is probably the only decent one on the channel. It's not great, but it's, So expect a loss of quality with the rest. And you know what? Thank you for stopping by, and have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you. And now that I'm done with the script, let me just discuss this. I don't like this angle. This is the cyberbullying angle. Let me go back to the camera so I can get the leaf angle right. Here we go. Wait, no. Okay. Anyway, guys, that guy's fat. So, yeah, I can be leafy. But, I don't like that angle. I don't like that I can see myself. So, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Sorry that I did have to split this up, And also, pardon this. I'm getting it cut. That's all I can say. And pardon the light. Just have a light right there. And do pardon the camera quality. I know it looks like it's got a noise filter over it. That noise is from the laptop itself. It's a noisy little shit. Noisy little shit. So, thank you for tuning in. This is a 50-minute video. So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you feel like it. Listen to Lemon Demon. Seriously. And just thank you for stopping by. Take care, guys. And join my Discord. It's mildly dead. But aren't we all a little bit dead? Inside or outside. Either's fine. Maybe a little bit of both. Take care. Good night. Be careful.